people. You're welcome to another episode of Real Talk. And of course, people, it's the same thing yet again. When I come back from work, I just have to highlight you people at least until next month when the finish football season ends, and then I can be able to get back to my regular shows. Because after then, will I be able to do my shows with Oregon Guna, my brother Waffle Don, bring back the show with BBK Sports, and the rest of these people, and also some regulars on my shows like Ola and the rest of them. I'll get them back on from next month. But this month, I have to wait until the football season ends. That's when I can be able to get to do the shows and bring in more people. But regardless of that, I'm still doing lots of watch alongs. These days I've been doing watch alongs. I love watch alongs. Yeah, well, I just watch the game and just allow you guys just pop in and all that. Watch alongs are very, very interesting. And of course, definitely in the next coming few days, there'll be lots of watch alongs coming. I would have loved to do the watch along this night, but I would have to travel for a game today, so I won't really be around today. I'll be coming back probably maybe 30 minutes after the first half. So that's going to be a long, long, long one for me. But see, yeah, people, apart from that, let's just hope that the Gunners do something today. Let's make sure they met, maximum damage to Port Vale today. We'll be talking all about that this evening. We would also be talking about the injury to the injury to Noni Maduike. People, we need to talk about that. There'll be aspects of that. We also need to look at Mikel Arteta's post-game, pre-game rituals for the Port Vale game. We have to talk about that. We have to also talk about Miles Lewis Skelly and what Mikel Arteta said about him when a question was being asked in the pre-game conference for Port Vale versus Arsenal. We'll look into that just a little bit. And we also have to look into, in fact, that's where we are going to start from, our midfield three, before we get into Port Vale and what I think we should be doing in this matchup against Port Vale, and all that. Big up to Views on Sports. Views on Sports just, he just sent in the troops. Big ups to you, Views on Sport, my guy, my brother. I mean, see, yeah, people, yeah, I was just on his channel, listening to the brother, see, people, yeah. That's why I like working with different people, Big up to Olajide Oluwa. He says, greetings, mate. Says, hope you're good. Big up to you, Jide. Man, Oluwa, man, I want to call you, bro, but I haven't had that time, man. Definitely maybe within this week, we get to talk. And big ups to Views on Sports. Views on Sports is my guy. I mean, family man, great guy. I mean, likes to do his thing. And, I was just on his channel because, of course, you guys know I clearly do respect him. And I respect his craft most of all. This is why I like doing shows, with different people that think differently. My problem is with people that don't have any opinions at all, that just follow the sheep, that are sheeps, I don't like that. I like people who have opinions, people who could actually be vocally what they believe in and stand on what they believe in. And that's what Views on Sports also represents. It believes something, it thinks, okay, this is how it should be. And really, that's how it should be. First of all, let's tackle that midfield three people in that. I did a watch along for that Manchester City matchup, yeah, people, yeah. Mikel Arteta. Oh my God, people. I mean, I don't want to start because I feel this thing about Mikel Arteta is beginning to engulf our football club. Yeah, too much. I believe it's taken away lots of energy from us. Yeah, every time we keep talking about the same thing, and that thing is Mikel Arteta. Big up to E Ross. E Ross is in the building, people. My brother E Ross. Big up to you, E Ross. How are you doing? Gunner for Life 82 is down here too. He says views raid. Big up Tony. Big up to you, Gunner Life 82. Bradley Driscoll says views raid. Big up to you. Tyson Mitchell, Arteta out. I mean, it doesn't get clearer than that, yeah? Arteta out. Arteta out. I mean, I've been Arteta out, yeah, for about 1 year. And people, yeah, it's not because I want to be part of the crowd that's saying Arteta go out. No, it's because by evidence, I've come to a conclusion that Mikel Arteta hasn't delivered the big one for us in his fifth season, heading to his sixth season. And I don't really see any inclination of him actually trying to readily win a trophy for us, people. At every time, at every period, when we're clutching this close to get in there, this man manages to just disintegrate everything, i.e., our midfield trio. Let's talk about that, people. Big up to Cooper. Big ups, Cooper. Cooper, how are you doing, brother? I hope you're good, Cooper. People, our midfield trio. Let's just start from that. Let's start from that. Big up to E Ross. Let's start from that, people. In the summer transfer window, yeah, that we spent not less than 200 and something million pounds, yeah, to make sure that this particular football club, yeah, gets a step further, closer, yeah, to winning the title, yeah. 3 back-to-back seasons without a potent striker, yeah. And we've missed 1 or 2 players down the line, Thomas Partey and the rest of them, yeah. And we're still in the same situation, people. We are still in the same situation, people. I looked at that game, yeah, that Manchester City game, yeah, and I was like, Mikel Arteta, the only reason why he would actually be experimenting on that midfield, yeah, bringing bringing in Merino that doesn't work for the team, giving him a start in that game yet again. Zubimendi, Declan Rice. I mean, that experiment isn't working. This is the fact that we know and that we have seen. It is not working, Mikel Arteta. Stop that experiment now. You know what? Yeah, when the team sheet came out that day, people. Yeah, when it came out, yeah, I wasn't really mad. Do you know why I wasn't really mad? I thought maybe one of the players have gotten an injury, and I'm very, very carefully in saying this because I don't want to get into trouble with some of my friends. Yeah, I I really thought that maybe 1 or 2 players were injured. I thought maybe Waneri was injured. I thought maybe Eze was injured. To be very, very sincere with you people. And later on, it also turned out that Madueke was injured. So I really don't know why is this man, yeah, still playing with that midfield trio that isn't working for us. I was thinking maybe it's just because of the injuries. Maybe he's trying to just to just push something. But the truth is, it's not because of any injuries. Mikel Arteta is doing what he wants to do as the manager, and that's fielding three defensive-minded midfielders at the core of our midfield, people. That's what he's doing. I mean, people, yeah, it comes with its good sides. But in as much as that comes with its good sides, it also comes with its, with its bad sides. I'll take you through that, people. People, smash up the like. If you're just joining this channel, people, please just make sure you just subscribe to the channel and join in the conversation, people. Fielding Merino, Declan Rice, and Martin Zubimendi definitely solidifies our back four. See, people, it solidifies our defense in a way, people. Yeah, this is the truth. It solidifies our defense. But what good? Yeah, people. Big ups to Cooper. Big ups, Cooper. Thanks for joining. But what good, yeah, people, is making that defense more solid, and then you go and concede under 8 minutes against Manchester City? People, of what good is it? So why not just bring in creative players that would actually make that midfield tick, and our back four will still cope with whatever that comes our way? Because you being overtly defensive against a team like Manchester City doesn't actually make sense, people. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, we pay. See, yeah. Mikel Arteta pays so much respect to these teams. He pays so much respect to these teams. And I feel that those days where we should be paying these teams so much respect, it's over, because we have gone, and Arteta has done good business for this football club. Yeah. And he has actually brought in players that could be able to tweak something. Yeah. Players that could be able to go get something for us. But Mikel Arteta is still living in the past. He doesn't want to move forward. Forward thinking is when you look at that midfield and you say, you know what, yeah, I'm playing against Manchester City. They have lots of injuries. That team is incomplete. Cherky is in there. Kovacic is in there. Mamouche is in there. Oh my God, people. Man City were losing. Yeah. They lost to injuries. So many players. Yeah. And yet we look like we're going into that game with some sort of mental block. And this is where I blame Mikel Arteta so goddamn much, in the fact that he doesn't take responsibility. And I was listening to my brother, Views on Sports, just before this show, yeah, where he talked about responsibility. I mean, he talked about, his son and everything, but mostly about responsibility. But I was hoping in the post-game show that Mikel Arteta, for once, would come out and just say, you know what, yeah, people, I blew it. Maybe I should have started, with a more creative midfield and put the pressure on from the get-go in that Manchester City matchup with them. And just maybe, Man City would start defending from the get-go, because clearly Manchester City, they clearly respected us. Look at the second half when we had our creative players come in. Just look at what happened. The game completely changed. They didn't know what hit them. People, I've never seen a Pep Guardiola side defend so astutely, defend so extremely, people. They fear us. But Mikel Arteta wants us to believe that we are the ones that should fear them. No, they should fear us because of what we have right now. So when you are going, when you are going into that Manchester City matchup, from a point of disadvantage, and the manager is out there looking at us and saying, "Oh my God, these guys are killers," and Mikel Arteta wants us to believe that we're no killers. That is where I have a problem. The manager doesn't believe. Mikel Arteta does not believe that we have that killer instinct in the team. And that is where I have my problem. Eros says something here. He says, it's free. 99 people. Next up, sports, trademark. Please hit the likes, big ups, and subscribe. Yeah, big ups to Eros. Eros, my guy, anytime. Yeah. Bradley says, have a good day, Cooper. Red Audi says, yes, Tony. Big ups to Red Audi. Another, please subscribe to his channel. Red Audi is another great guy. My guy. Yeah. We'll do Champions League together. Eros, of course, says, Cooper, bro. Gunnar for Life says, I agree, Tony. But Arteta doesn't have the balls and he will get worse as the season go on. And see, people, when Gunnar for Life says it's going to get worse, people, you can't disbelieve it. On no account can you disbelieve it because it's even getting more worse. I mean, it starts with that same midfield in the last game. And with no responsibility, with no iota of shame or responsibility, the manager pulls out the same trick all over again, which is not just only predictable, but it is also shambolic in terms of that. You saw that it never worked against the other big team that we played against. Why are you doing it again? I mean, I can understand if you go in that three-man defensive midfield against the Liverpool. I totally get that. Choke the midfield. Don't allow them pass around. Don't allow them, bypass you in the middle of the park. Outright choke that midfield. I get that. But you're doing that away from him and to a team that's slightly more better than you. I totally agree to that. But again, you're talking about a Manchester City team that have just been blasted open by Tottenham Hotspurs in back-to-back games. They've been beaten this season by Brighton back-to-back. You cannot respect such a team. You can't put so much respect on such a team, mostly when that team has most of their big-time players already injured. Cherky was injured. Mamouche was injured. Mikel Arteta, please. Please, I beg you. Don't ruin our season for us. Don't ruin this season for us, please. I beg you, man. Don't ruin this. Don't entirely just put the coffin and close it for us this season. We have a big squad, people. People. I've already agreed in my heart this season, that we might have to rotate. Yeah, people. When Mikel Arteta brings, people, if he brought out that midfield, let's say, maybe he used them last week or he used them 2 weeks ago, and he brings on the creative one next week, maybe with one with Waneri or one with Eze, I can completely understand that 1 week, and then maybe in the next 2 weeks he uses that defensive setup. I don't mind, but he's not changing. He's willing to die on his shield, using that three-man defensive midfield. That's where I have a problem again. So if it's in terms of that, I want the players to remain fresh, I get that when you're making those kind of changes. But when it is a main midfield, I have a problem with that because that's not rotation. That's my midfield. And I clearly have an issue with that. In the long run, defensively, it could help us out. I completely agree to that. Yeah. But what about the little areas where it puts us in a disadvantage? And people, look at this. He brought in Martin Zubimendi, and people, I have nothing against Martin Zubimendi. I support the signing. I like Martin Zubimendi. But when you lose someone like Thomas Partey, Thomas Partey is now showing us right now what we're missing down there, people. Because when he was there, yeah, we dominated quite well. We dominated quite well. He could actually play that pivot alone. But when Mikel Arteta is pitting Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi in that double pivot, yeah, it just looks as if Zubimendi really needs help, people. It shows he can't do it alone. And people, let's be very frank here. Many a time, yeah, people, Martin Zubimendi has been caught napping this season. He's lost the ball so many times in midfield. He's given away a free kick like the one he gave up against Liverpool. He's been tripped on lots of times. Yes, his interception rate is also good, but yet they also intercept against him too. He's lost the ball a couple of times. And he might not be the most imposing figure as a single pivot in the midfield. So this is even a more bigger problem. And then Mikel Arteta, and when we're talking of that imposing figure, the other one that was down there last season was Thomas Partey, who could actually be in that single pivot all alone. He could do it. He could intercept. He could break up play. Could be out. He could just be technically a full-blown defensive midfielder for us. He advances play. Yeah, he might not take shots that much, might not score a lot of goals. Martin Zubimendi has already gotten as much goals as Thomas Partey actually scored last season, probably. But I get all that. Yeah, I get all that. But I'm just talking about it from that midfield standpoint, people. I'll get through your charts very soon, people. When Mikel Arteta takes Declan Rice and pits him in that double pivot with Zubimendi, it shows that he's not yet so convinced about Martin Zubimendi. And I hear you. Zubimendi, it's his first season. This is a big league. This is a big move from Spain down to Arsenal, and you're telling this kid to actually marshal that midfield for Arsenal. I get it. But when you check this, that Declan Rice was actually very, very potent and a very, very positive attacking midfielder for us last season, helped us attacking wise last season, scored more goals from attacking positions last season, was more of a box-to-box, used as an 8 most of the time rather than a double pivot or whatever. He helped us attacking wise last season. This season, Declan Rice is now more restricted. And even on those little periods where he actually tries to make that move, he's always going to run back, trying to have that defensive duties in his mind. So, pitting him and Martin Zubimendi as kind of like made us more defensive and made Declan Rice not as much as an attacking threat as he used to be last season. And that's also a bigger problem in this team, people. It's a bigger problem. I don't know what you all think. Do you think going forward that we should keep using Martin Zubimendi and Declan Rice in a double pivot? I think Mikel Arteta should ball the fuck up, yeah, and just use someone, either Declan Rice or Zubimendi, as your single pivot. So therefore, allowing at least one slot to be there for an attacking or a creative midfielder, people. How about that, people? Yeah? How about that? Yeah, but when he's so defensive in his approach that he definitely needs that double pivot to be Zubimendi and Declan Rice, there goes our midfield. There's a big problem. And definitely you cannot tell Declan Rice, who is actually 100 and something million pound player, to be coming from the bench. And you cannot tell Martin Zubimendi to play as an 8, because playing as an 8 is not in his wheelhouse. He's a natural defensive midfielder. So, Mikel Arteta, you caused all these problems. Why don't you solve it? You caused it. Why don't you solve it? But let's look at the chart and see what our people are saying. Yeah, I mean, big up to everyone in the chat. Yeah, big up to everyone. Let's see what you all think about that before we get into. Hendon Gunnar says, and all in the charts watching. Yeah, big ups. Why didn't we have those players on to start? People, exactly. If we had Eze starting people, think about the amount of creativity we would have had in the first half, people. Just think about the free-flowing people. See, people, remember I told you guys about looping the ball up top. I've always talked to you people about looping the ball up top, people. Now that we're having issues with Victor Gyökeres, with the team, in terms of scoring goals, because people, the most feared striker in the past 2 seasons, have come to Arsenal and is looking dumb because of the tactics of the manager. People, let's call a spade, yeah? Gyökeres should have had nothing less than at least 10 goals by now, people. Yeah? It is the tactics of Mikel Arteta that has shackled him, people. And sometimes I can't even really believe it. Is this really Victor Gyökeres? Because, I mean, I know what he can do. I watched the Portuguese La Liga. I've seen what that man can do. Sometimes look the ball up top. You don't need to pass the ball around sideways. Loop the ball up top. And that's why when you have credible creativity on the bench in Eze, that's why people like that have to start up matches like that. High-profile matches should be started by people or by players that have the technical nuance on how to unleash our strikers or our attacking assets down there. When he came on, people, did you see how Eze, he just looked the ball up top for Martinelli, people. It looked, I mean, you don't need to do any of all those crazy passes. It's easy. For people who know how to play ball, it's easy. No sweat, people. He just looked up the ball. Now, that's how you get the ball across to Victor Gyökeres. Because I've watched him in Sporting Lisbon. I know how they get him. I know how they walk the ball to get him into play. And if we keep following the tactics of Mikel Arteta, we're not going to get there. We are not going to get there. Arteta, release the handbrake, yeah? Field in at least a creative midfielder in that midfield trio you have down there in the midfield, people. And it doesn't even have to be Odegaard, people. That's even the one that even scares me more. What has someone like Waneri done to you that you can't actually have confidence in that kid to actually start? What has he done to you? Why do you need to actually think of the reaction of Eze when you benched him? Are you trying to feed your ego, Mikel Arteta? Is your ego what we're trying to feed here, or for the betterment and development of the team? We're not here to, I mean, those players are not there to feed your ego. They're there to play for the football club. Yeah? So, under those circumstances, should you be thinking of, oh, what's the reaction of Eze when I bench it? Arteta, what are you talking about? Why are you? Why? I mean, he's so. I mean, yeah, people, yeah, he's so concentrated, yeah, on other things, yeah, around the game that is not really about the game, people. Why do you have to think about what Miles Lewis Kelly is thinking, about what Eze is thinking when you bench them? Why do you need to think about that? You don't need to think about that. Just field the right players in. That's what you need to think about. That's what you need to think about, people. It's simple. And Eros says, yeah, why didn't we have those players on to start? Yeah, exactly. Hendon says something. He says, remember that City also had a lot of injuries going into the Arsenal match. Exactly, I said that. Arteta showed cowardice. Oh my days, people. No one blends it more than Hendon Gunner. Hendon Gunner has that. I mean, he has that arrow. I mean, it just pierces through. And I mean, that's true. I mean, that's cowardice, Mikel Arteta. You showed that you were a coward. You ran away. Yeah? Arteta, you were the one that ran away. You ran away. Yeah? Like a chicken. Yeah? You're even lesser than a chicken. You ran away because that Manchester City matchup, yeah, it was meant to be, a blitz. We're supposed to pump them with goals, but Mikel Arteta, you chickened out. You're a coward. That's what Hendon Gunner is saying, basically, to Mikel Arteta, directly to the man. He says, never win in the Prem with that mindset. And I mean, I totally agree. I know we would win something anyway, because I think that this crop of players can win something. The problem is the manager. That's my only fear. Because I believe that Andre Beta has already assembled a team of winners already for us. This is fact. He has assembled a team of winners. It is if this GOAT we have managing the football club would just unleash what we... I mean, see, people, yeah, we don't even have to struggle, people. We don't. We've acquired a big squad now. I mean, there used to be a problem 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, when we always say, hey, you know what, yeah, we don't have a big squad. We're still missing a striker. We're still missing a left back. We're still missing a right back. People, we have the goddamn best right back in the league. Make that make sense? We have wealth of good options down that left back area. Calafiore is one of the most, I think is the most attacking left back this season in the Premier League. If you look at Calafiore, he is the most. I've completely thrown away the stats, but I think he's the most attacking left back, in the league this season. Right now, if you go by the games that they've played now, we now have Victor Gyökeres, one of the most little strikers in Europe. And it's still the same story yet again. Mikel Arteta, when does this narrative change? When does it stop? Yeah? When do you actually take responsibility and say, you know what, yeah, let's call a spade, and let's move on to greater things. Gunner for Life, it still says, Arteta is making blatantly obvious that he never wanted Eze and Gyökeres. He needs to be sacked. People, I agree. I totally agree. He has his new finishing move with Martinelli. It's a joke. I mean, that Martinelli, we'll still talk about that anyway. Big up Hendo again. And of course, good afternoon, good morning, Eros. Hope your Wednesday is going well. Hendo goodness is Gunner for Life. Arteta will lose his job by being such a stubborn twat in not using Eze and Gyökeres in one area. But again, why would you bring a starter from Crystal Palace? Why would you bring someone who just won the FA Cup? Why would you just bring someone who has just won the Community Shield and bring him on from the bench? Big up to AJ, my real guy. I mean, people, AJ, the realest, one of the realest in the business, people. I mean, that's why he's a moderator, in most channels, because people trust him, Big up to AJ. Big up to E. Ross, my guy, Hendo Gunu, who's also my moderator down here. Big up to this legend down here, yeah. Big ups. Legend, y'all. Legend, people. See, people, yeah. Why? Why would you bring a killer from Crystal Palace to come and sit on your bench? A killer who just won the FA Cup. A killer who just won the Community Shield. And you brought him to sit on the bench, people. People, this doesn't make sense. People, at this point, it doesn't make sense. At first, when I saw that, okay, that midfield was still the same he was using, I felt maybe Eze was injured. So I didn't even want to complain about it. I was like, okay, let's just keep seeing what happens, yeah? But later, when I found out that man is not even injured. Man is okay, yeah? And you decided to keep all that creativity away, Mikel Arteta. Oh, yeah. I mean, people, isn't that the very definition of sabotage, people? I mean, people, I want to be very careful with the words I use, but I'm sorry. Isn't that the very definition of sabotage? You are self-sabotaging your own team. And this is a team you're being taxed with to win something, people. But Mikel Arteta, match the game or go away. The good thing for you, Mikel Arteta, is that I'm Christian, yeah? Yeah? When you repent from your sins, yeah? I mean, all things pass away. Everything becomes new. You can start today. Today, Mikel Arteta. Today. I mean, real good is not, I mean, all these other good is, none of them wanted to even give you a chance. Mikel Arteta, I can cut you a slack today. Field the right players in today. Mikel Arteta, this is the problem. This is where I'm going to lose it completely with you, Mikel Arteta. Even if I already told you that I want you out of my football club. But this is where I'm going to totally start going on a full campaign everywhere on YouTube to totally get you out, yeah? You are going to know me as the Saul of Arteta because I'm going to persecute you everywhere. Right now, I'm not out there persecuting you. I'm just doing it on my own shows and saying, I don't want you. But Mikel Arteta, if you don't do what I want you to do today, which is that game against Potville, I will turn to the new Saul in the Bible, yeah? And I will persecute you everywhere. I would even go as much as, yeah, printing ads, yeah, for people to even spread around the Emirate, people, to get you out of that football club if you don't do this today. Mikel Arteta, I want to see intent today. I want you to show me that you respect the Carabao Cup. Because in previous seasons, you've not respected this cup. You, Mikel Arteta, have never respected cup games. That's why we're being laughed at. That's why we're being mocked and being used as memes in goddamn Europe. Not even talk of the Premiership alone. That's why we're being mocked everywhere. Because cup games like Carabao Cup, FA Cup, you've decided to completely disrespect the honor of these cup games. You've decided to disrespect Arsenal fans by fielding below par footballers in that game and tweaking up your tactics in such a way that it's not befitting in winning in any of these cup games, Mikel Arteta, today. I want you to put a far more decent side. I don't want you to, I want to see you take this cup game so seriously, Mikel Arteta. I want to see intent in this game today. Intent today. Intent today. I don't want to hear, oh, we're saving players for Newcastle. No. No. We're not saving anything. We're not saving anything. No. You have to win today and blitz this team, Port Vale, today. And the reason why I'm saying this is that, people, you all saw what happened to Manchester United against Grimsby Town. I don't want to be yet another victim of these giant killers in these cup games. Mikel Arteta, the cup games is paramount this season. This cup games, is what I would use to judge you this season. I mean, I won the Premiership, people. I won the Champions League. But you know what, people? I'm tired of Arsenal fans, that turn a blind eye to the Carabao Cup. That turn their nose and do like this. They turn their nose on the Carabao Cup. You are part of the problem. If you do, and you know what, your Arsenal fans, they have excuses ready. We have a bigger fish to fry. Bro, this is the bigger fish. Arteta, tonight is the bigger fish. This night is the bigger fish. I don't want to hear that you're resting players or no. Full hard on play. Mix it up. I get it. But see, people, I want to see that seriousness from this manager in cup games, because I just really think that for far too long, cup games have been disrespected, denigrated, disgraced, rubbed all over the floor. People in this football club and by this manager, people. Cup games have been deleveled. Cup games have been scoffed at. And it's causing more damage, more harm to this football club. Because I always remember those seasons, when Pep Guardiola starts his season and he starts on with winning the Carabao Cup. And that sets his team on a pedestal to winning more trophies in the season. It's an appetizer. It's a motivating factor. It's a mental freshener that helps you get along and win more and win more and win more. Mikel Arteta, this is where I will be a Saul to you. I will persecute you if you don't take, if you don't take this cup games seriously. This is where I will be very brutal on you. Everywhere I go, I will castigate you, Mikel Arteta. Everywhere I go. Everywhere I will persecute you. If you don't take this cup game seriously. I mean, people, I'm not talking of the league. I'm not talking of the Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Because we have been dealt a big blow by mediocre teams, season in, season out, by this manager, our number one culprit. He's been the one doing all these things, making sure that Manchester United, smashes up a dead team, beat us up in the FA Cup. It is this manager. So I want to see intent by this manager today. Forget about Newcastle. Newcastle will take care of his own. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool is actually fielding Isaac to have a go against Southampton in the Carabao Cup. He's a he's a big guy. So please, Arteta, please field in the big guns to at least outgun Port Vale in the first half. and then just maybe you can rest them later on in the second half. How about that, people? Because people, we have to be very, very careful about these cup games now. We need trophies to win, and we need to start from trophies like this. Yeah. If you're an Arsenal fan and you're saying we have to rest players for the Newcastle game, you are the problem. Yeah? You are part of that problem. You're part of the problem. You should take the Carabao Cup as paramount. You should take the FA Cup as paramount. All these cup games this season, there is no excuses. Yeah? No excuses. It's go or bust. We need to win them. And we need them all. We need to win them all. We need to win them all. All these cup games, we need to win them all. You can have all these excuses in the Premier League, no problem. But you see these cup games, Mikel Arteta, bring back respect. Yeah? Bring back respect to these cup games for us. Yeah? Don't disgrace us out there. Yeah, people. No room, people. And again, when you see what Grimsby Town did to Manchester United, people, you need to wake up. People, you need to wake up, people. All these teams, yeah, are going for broke. They're not sleeping. They want money. And they're motivated. Most of them are giant killers. Yeah, people. Under no circumstance should we take lightly. Big ups to Mark Kabongo, big up to you. Hef says, give Arteta at least one more year. It takes time. Oh my days, man. Hef. I gave Mikel Arteta about 4 years. How many trophies have he won? How many trophies has he gotten? Hef, we are in trouble. Can't you see it? We are in trouble. Can't you see it, F? We're in a big mess. How can we have creative players? No, Hef, please, no one should heckle Hef. Yeah, he has his own opinions. Please let him get his opinion. Please respect him. Yeah, respect him, please. Yeah. But it's just a guy that has his opinion. Just respect him. See, Hef, why would we give this manager more chances? What is the big up to Waffle Donald just walked into the show. Big up to Godfrey, my moderator down there. Yeah. Please, no one should abuse or call out Hef, please. Yeah. Just you can talk to him normally. Yeah. I mean, it's like everyone like us down here. Yeah. See, people, why should we give this manager any more room? See, people, we shouldn't give this manager any more space. Anything he does, anything he says, we should actually be more critical about it. Because he has shown to disrespect us fans. He's shown to disrespect our emotions. And he's actually toiling with us. And it's even his post-game and pre-game conferences that are even the most bitter things to actually watch. I mean, when I saw a post-game show again in that matchup against Manchester City, do you guys know what Mikel Arteta said? He said he's proud of the players and the way they played. And he also said something. Is even more proud about them because they played more better than when we beat them 5-1 in their home game last season. People, make that make sense. Make that make sense. All said by our manager after the Manchester City game. Make that make sense. Mihal Loston, big ups to you. How are you doing? It says, hello from Romania. Yeah, big ups to you, my guy. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. And it says he's a gooner. Krazel says he's a gooner. Big ups to you, man. How are you doing? See, people, yeah, that's what Mikel Arteta said. So you prefer us getting draws than actually winning. by 5 goals to 1. Mikel Arteta, I mean, do you care about these things you say? Do you care about these things you do? Make that make sense. He said he likes how the players played in the game that we drew just this past weekend than how we played when we beat them 5-1. Does it matter how we play when we beat Man City 5-1? The most important thing is that you get 3 points. So why is Mikel Arteta waffling in press conferences? I mean, his press conferences are even more, oh my God, even more painful. It hurts, people. It hurts. Arteta has a chance to show us today, yet again, what he can do. People, what are your lineup predictions for the game against Port Vale? And see, people, you have to be extremely careful about this, because I'm already seeing some Arsenal fans, they're already saying, we're going to smash them up. People, no. You need to field in players to do the job. There's no playing with teams like this. These are giant killers. Yeah, they're ready. Yeah, they're ready to have faith. These guys are ready. So we need to go there, but we need to go there respecting our opposition. Not just fielding, maybe someone like Setford or something like that. We need killers to be there too. Yeah, I mean, let's field some players that have been playing in our first team, and let's add some that haven't been playing also. But let it be a more balanced team. How about that, people? Big up to Voodoo Doll Gaming, my head moderator down here. Big up to you, Voodoo Doll. How are you doing? Let's see. Let's read. Goffin says, Arteta is starting the same midfield against Newcastle. We want to be proven right. So stubborn. I mean, people, I mean, he did it against Liverpool. It's totally understandable when people, when he did that midfield, 3 defensive midfielders in midfield against Liverpool, I didn't have a big problem with that, because it was away from home. It's against Liverpool. You don't want to give them more space in the middle of the park. You want to choke out those pocket spaces. You want to intercept, their frequency and fluidity in the middle of the park. I hear you. And it's away from home. But when you are at home, you have the home support, and you're with teams that shouldn't have the cojones beating you at home. Why playing from a point of disadvantage when you can actually start that game from a point of advantage? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. And Godfrey Life says 20 plus attempts and no finals. Exactly, Mo. Exactly. For me, you can field 3 depth. A coach like Wenger will be able to make them play properly. But Mikel, even with all 10 you want, he will make them defend. The issue is really our vision of football. Exactly, Mark. Exactly. And that's what I've also come to understand. It doesn't matter what you give to Mikel Arteta. He wants them to play the brand of football that he wants them to play. He wants them to have a defensive approach. So even if they're in the wheelhouse, it's in their wheelhouse to play attacking, free-flowing football. He's going to renege on that. He's going to critique that. He wants them to be more defensive. And that's a bigger problem. That's a cancer that we need to get out immediately. Yeah. From the get-go, you have to unleash the team. From the get-go, you have to put in creative players to actually give you the edge right from the get-go. Not when there's pressure in the second half. Yeah. And then Crowd says, you never say to an Arsenal fan, calm down, champion. Big up to you, Crowd. How are you doing? Much love, Tony. Catching the show while I went to my daughter to come out of school. Yeah. We send love to your daughter for the dog gaming. As you see, I have flu. But I said no. I was going to do the show with you guys. Godfrey says, get well soon, Tony. Yeah, thank you, man. I've liked and shared the stream. Voodoo Dog Gaming says, we better smash Potville tonight. People, no handbrake tactics. People, Voodoo Dog Gaming, he gets a po, people. Po. See, people, yeah. We better smash Potville tonight. There's no time to dress around. No time to bring in Setford and all these clowns. See, people, we need to field in a team that's befitting, that will smash people in the first half. And then you rest them. People, how hard is it? Because this manager has disrespect, and these cup games, we have amnesia right now, people. There's no need just fielding a team that would struggle to beat this team. No. See, you need to blend the team. Yeah, you rest, but you blend. Should we be teaching this guy how to do his job? With all the old millions he's raking in? Should you teach Mikel Arteta how to do his job? You have to blend in. Blend them in. Blend them in. Yeah? Blend them in. Not with some clowns we have in the team. No. But we need, blend them with the big boys and with some of the, with some of the ones that you've not been fielding. All true. How about that? And this manager is so reactive. He's not proactive in anything. Yeah? The usual way we could have said we can go for this game is by fielding our second team that hasn't really been playing. Maybe players like Nordgaard, and then you say maybe like a player like Mosquera. For me, Mosquera is a first 11 for me because that's how I see him. I think he's more better than Saliba. You can slay me all you want, yeah? But I'm completely sold by Mosquera, yeah? I look at him as a first 11. That's how I take Mosquera, people, yeah? Ngapi is injured, and again, people, we also have to talk about the frequency of injuries that's crippling Arsenal. People. Noni Madueke, using that first half. Mikel Arteta knew that he got something in that first half and continued to allow that kid play in that first half. And now it's too late. Noni Madueke will be out for 5 to 6 weeks, people. People, we've only just got about 5 games or so in the league, and our players are dropping like flies. Make that make sense, people. They are dropping like flies. Ngapi has only played 5 minutes or 6 minutes for this team, and Ngapi is injured. Nordgaard, that always used to play for Brent. People, I swear to you people in the charts, people, I have never seen it with my own eyes, people, yeah? I have never seen the former Brentford captain, Nordgaard, injured in a competitive Premier League game for Brentford, people. I have never seen that man go down. He's a lion. Yeah? Nordgaard is a lion. But he comes down to Arsenal and automatically he's a chicken. Man can't even play 2 games for Arsenal. People, Ngapi, yeah? A lion, yeah? A chief, a high chief, yeah? A lion. Yeah, people. A big lion in the jungle. Yeah? in Bayer Leverkusen. He plays almost every game. Yeah, he comes to Arsenal, and man has entered into the injury party. All of a sudden, people, what is going on here? Madueke, I mean, I hardly saw him injured in Chelsea already. Man is injured. See, people, there is something fundamentally wrong. There's a problem. We have a big problem. Something's going on. Maybe something with the. I mean, I was telling some people this thing, and people were laughing at me. And I don't know if this guys have amnesia, or if these guys are drunk, because these people have to be drunk if they're not taking things like this seriously. And Carpe hasn't played even one start for Arsenal, and man is down. Man is down. Man is down and out. He hasn't played a competitive start for Arsenal, and man is down. How can we compete? Noni Madueke had something in the first half, and instead of you to get the man off immediately, what did you do? No, you continued. You allowed him to keep playing. And now, Noni Madueke is down. Man is out. And we've not even played up to 10 games in the new season. Man is out. Man is out. How can we succeed? How can we win the league? How can we win the FA Cup? How can we win the Carabao Cup when all man is dying and all man is crumbling and crocked with all manner of injuries, people? Noni Madueke will be out for 4 to 6 weeks, people. Make that make sense. That's a month. We won't see Noni Madueke for a month. So, in other words, if Bukayo Saka goes down right now, yeah, we can talk about Max Doman. We can talk about Nwaneri, but good luck with that. Because we know that this manager doesn't have the balls to fill those players in. We know, we've seen it. We have the evidence. Odegaard has been out of the team, and Nwaneri can't even get a sniff in the team with a start. He would prefer to start with defensive midfielders in the midfield, people. Make that make sense. Just make that make sense. When people like Nwaneri, when people like Max Doman can come in and help. Max Doman has actually gone back to the under 21s and is killing it. Absolutely killing it down there, people. It's killing it. But yeah, this manager is stifling us. Yeah? Stifling us. Very stubborn. Yeah? Egocentric. Stubborn. Can't listen. See Mikel Arteta fix up in this game against Port Vale. You need to fix up. Fix up against Port Vale. Fix up. Fix up. Voodoo Gaming says, until kick off, I'm good. And yourself, bro. Yeah, exactly. Gunner for Life, a new member of ours. People, please show Gunner for Life 82 big, massive respect, people. Yeah, he just came in to my channel and he's doing good. I mean, with what he's saying, I mean, he's a real one. He says, it's formality. We will win easy. Wait for Newcastle. Yeah, man. Let's see what Newcastle brings. Let's see what Newcastle brings. But I heard that Wizard won't be playing. I heard he's injured. I mean, there was a conference today. Of course, Newcastle is playing in the Carabao Cup, so he said that Wizard won't be playing. That he's got a knee injury, so he won't be playing. Big ups to Paul for Blue Nose. Big ups to Plasma. That's our brother. He says, just a bit sick today, Drew. Besides that, I'm doing fine. Yeah, even me, I got a flu. It's crazy. But I just have to do a show with you guys. I've not done a show for some time now. And Voodoo Dog Gaming says, have a good stream, Tony. And the chat got a bounce. Yeah, say hi to your lovely daughter for me, my brother, Voodoo Dog Gaming. We send our love to her. And Plasma says, How many training sessions does Mbappe even have? Bro, I don't know. But man is completely banged up and man can play. These are the kind of games you feel. The game against Port Vale today is the kind of game that you want to see Mbappe play. So that you know how, you know the hell what you're doing. But no, another one injured. Gabriel Jesus is still literally for the football. Bro, man is I don't is mystery injury people. I don't know. That one is just a complete garbage, complete waste. Yeah. And of course, my brother Waffle Don, Waffle Don, Waffle Don says the best injured squad in the league. I mean, people, big ups to Waffle Don. I miss Waffle Don, man. When I, when we finish the football season at the start of next month, I'll be back with my brother Waffle Don. We'll be doing straight shows because football season will be over. I don't have to go for games again. So definitely I'll be back with my brother, the Waffle Don. Bradley Discrow says, he played nearly every game for Brentford, but goes Arsenal, injured. Bradley, make that make sense. Nodgaard plays, 100 for Brentford, and then comes to Arsenal and is a chicken. These are top generals in in their former teams. What are these men being used to do? I mean, what are they doing in our training, people? Shouldn't we be asking these questions? That why are these guys dropping like flies? I mean, that question should be asked, people. Why? And I'm still expecting more injuries, people. I am, bro, at this rate, I am. Gunnar for Life 80 says, I don't think Mbappe is injured. They are saying he's not match fit. You can only get match fit by playing games, unless I'm mistaken. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's see if he plays today, Gunnar for Life 82, man. That's all I'm saying. Because we can't be having new signings and we can't allow them play. Yeah? So today should be the day that we should be giving him match fitness, isn't it? Yeah. Games like today. Yeah. Today it's Port Vale. They're not in the Premier League. I don't even think that. It's not even a championship side. People, come on, man. What are we doing? What is happening here? What is this? Gunnar for Life says, thank you, Tony, for your kind words. I love Arsenal. Always have. Yeah, big ups to Gunnar for Life. You're an absolute real one. Absolute. And I'm so happy I have you on my channel. He says, big up Waffle Don. Yeah, Waffle Don is people, you have to subscribe to that channel. Great guy. He knows his stuff. Yeah, he knows his stuff. Gunnar for Life says, overtraining, overplayed with no recovery time. Yeah, probably. Maybe that's the reason. And Bradley says something. It says, Port Vale or any League 1 and 2 team will be physical and put in challenges and fly in. So some of the Arsenal players need to be aware, people. That's it. See, people, what are your predictions for the game today? What do you think will be the score line for today before we call it a day today, people? What do you think will be the score line today, people? Are you looking at 1-6, 1-4, 3-2? Who's gonna win today? Gunner for Life, it still says 3-0 to the Arsenal. Come on, you Goonies. Bradley, what do you think? Waffle Don, what do you think? Yeah, people. Just make sure you put your score lines down there. Waffle Don says 4-0 Panther. Come on. Waffle Don, are you taking the piss now? Come on, man. Don't do this, bro. I know, it says I'm trolling my guy, my brother. People, make sure you subscribe to Waffle Don, yeah. He has a great channel, get my brother up, people, yeah. I mean, you just have to get my brother up, yeah, people. Get his channel monetized, people. Because if there's anyone who deserves monetization, it's my brother Waffle Don TV. He's putting a lot of the people, a lot of his time, a lot of everything, people. Make sure, and most of you who are gonna come back to rewatch the show, please make sure you go and give my brother Waffle Don TV, a follow, subscribe to his channel. Bradley says 2-1 to the Arsenal. Well, let's see. Oh, but with the scoreline, man, you guys clearly respect Potville. Waffle Don, why so negative? Yeah, Waffle Don. He says, we need to do a show once you get better. Yeah, sure, I will. Definitely, definitely, definitely. People, yeah, thanks for coming to the show today. Yeah, and definitely I would see you guys maybe in the weekend, and then we'll see what happens. I'll be doing a post-game show after our game against Newcastle, people. So from me, people, we are out. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace. Thanks for joining me today.